If I had $1 for every time I heard, "I'm really feeling for the class of 2020," or "Aw, it's such a bummer that all your grad events got canceled," I'd have enough money to pay for the grad dress in my closet that I'm never gonna get to wear. Hello everyone, and welcome to the highly anticipated commencement ceremony for Frank Hurt's graduating class of 2020. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the unceded and shared traditional territory of the Katzie, Kwantlen, Semiahmoo, and other First Nations peoples on whose land we are able to gather today. 2020. What a time to be alive. It's not every day that you get to live through a worldwide pandemic. 6 months in, and we survived the threat of World War III, Australia being completely on fire, a worldwide pandemic, Prince Harry deciding to ditch royalty, the death of basketball legend Kobe Bryant, the stock market plummet, the re-emerging strength of the Black Lives Matter movement, giant deadly hornets that have come to North America, and almost forgot. And then the world ran out of toilet paper. You know, when Mr. Stickley told us how special our grad class would be, I don't think that this is what he meant. Despite all that, here we are, the class of 2020, back at Frank Hurt, ready to cross that stage and start the rest of our lives. Something that a few months ago seemed next to impossible. Now, I can promise that every single one of us has had a moment when we didn't want to go to school, when we wish we could extend our holidays just a smidge more. Well, I think it's safe to say that that was the longest spring break in the history of all spring breaks. Just saying. The last few months have been an emotional roller coaster of uncertainty, and I know that at this time all of you have been reminiscing of the memories you've made at Frank Hurt. Back in 2015, we all began our journey in the same boat. Being afraid of the big kids, thinking the hallways were huge, hearing about some secret 4th floor that all the 9th graders were talking about, and ultimately trying to find our place in the frightening new world of high school. In what felt like the blink of an eye, we learned to adjust. We got a new principal, a new hive. We realized that we've become the big kids and we're really not so scary after all. We eventually grew into the hallways and came to the unfortunate conclusion that the rumors about the 4th floor weren't true. Spoiler alert, it's just the roof, people. It's just the roof. Most importantly, we were able to find our place within these walls, whether that be joining a club, a sports team, or discovering a little corner for you and your friends to eat lunch. We made Frank Hurt our home away from home. Surprisingly enough, we find ourselves in that same boat once again, with some of us off to university, college, trade school, and others off to discover the wonders of the world. Wherever you end up, be proud of where you are, and thank those who help you get there. The universe works in the strangest ways. So many moments have come together to put us in the same place, and it truly saddens me that I'm unable to watch all of you cross that stage today. I often stop to think about how in every possible version of the universe, how lucky we are to have met one another and spent these last 5 years with amazing people who are bound to change the world for the better. No matter where life takes you after you exit Frank Hurt, we will always have our memories. The time the senior boys basketball team made it to provincials, watching a Stingwork show, joining a club, acing a test, watching the talent show, the Pride Parade, participating in a Spirit Week, whatever it may be, these are beautiful moments that no one can take away from you. It was Nelson Mandela who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world." I think what he meant by this is that education is not just about learning the facts. It's about the journey of discovering yourself, learning what you love. It's about the connections you make with those who help you discover what you love, and the connections made with those who learn with you along the way. So Frank Hurt may not be the most attractive looking school, it may not be the biggest school or the most well-known, but if this school as a whole can teach you anything, it's about what's on the inside that counts. Anyone who actually gets to see what happens at Frank Hurt has no choice but to be astonished by the dedication of the most incredible teachers, an admin team who works tirelessly to make sure dreams become a reality and everyone is safe, counselors who are the most accepting, empathetic human beings I've ever met in my life, amazing staff who schedule our lives and make sure that there's a place for everyone and everyone is in their place, and of course, the most patient and resilient students who have a thirst for knowledge and are excited for what their future brings. We are graduating in the year 2020, a number that often represents the idea of perfect vision. As much as we love to complain about how awful the year's been, maybe 2020 is exactly what the number represents. Perfect vision. I mean, this is society finally waking up and being able to see the harsh realities of the world. Change is on the horizon, and it's times like these when education does become our most powerful weapon. We are a class fully capable of enacting positive change in this ever-changing world. We end our adventure through high school at the beginning of a decade that's completely up to our interpretation. Anything you want to happen can and will. When we come together, we are our most powerful. As crazy as this year's been, I think it's brought a lot of perspective for a lot of people, and most importantly, it's brought a lot of truth. So maybe, just maybe, 2020 is about seeing things for what they truly are, both good and bad. So the year didn't exactly end how everyone was expecting, but the graduating class of 2020 will not be remembered as the COVID class. We will be remembered as the class who persevered, remained mature and thoughtful of others while we waited for our last 5 years of hard work to be recognized. 850 school days, 3,400 lessons, and our last lesson is this. When you leave high school, carry with you that legacy of perseverance and resilience. Continue to dream, grow, and be excited for what lies ahead. Remember that change isn't always comfortable, but change is the only constant in life. If COVID can teach you anything, it should be not to take the little things for granted. Remember to live in the here and now, because you never know when the simple freedom of being able to go outside might be taken away. So, go out, live, travel, get educated, fall in love, have no regrets, jump into every opportunity that life throws your way. And when you've lived, and you're all old and wrinkled, you'll get to tell your grandchildren about how you graduated at a time when the world ran out of toilet paper. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Stay amazing. Thank you.